Welcome to Minions and Misfits, the off-kilter, actual play, family-friendly TTRPG podcast where instead of playing the typical heroes, we play everybody else. As usual, I am joined by my delightful co-hosts, Dylan.
Hello.
Sam.
Hi.
And Cam.
What up?
To start us off with this week's chapter 6, we're gonna do a little sort of fleshing out of our main character, non-player characters, by just a little bit of face casting. Or fan casting, or whatever you want to call it. We're gonna say what actors we would want to at least portray them. Maybe not based on like their acting, but just their faces.
No, this is including their acting.
Okay.
These are all perfect actors for what I need.
Cool. So Dylan, do you want to start?
Yeah. I thought a lot about this one.
Okay. For
Frederick, we have a young blonde Jude Law, who is the perfect actor for literally everything. I've never seen him fail a role.
I've got to go back to the chat and see these because I don't know actors or actresses at all.
Jude Law is my actual life man crush. So,
nice.
If you've ever seen The Holiday, highly recommend.
I mean, seeing this picture, I get it.
Yeah, for Aunt Agatha, we have Patricia Routledge from the 90s sitcom in Britain, Keeping Up Appearances.
Nice.
Which I watched religiously as a child.
Perfect.
Who is just perfect for the, like, bumbling, like, wanting to be aristocratic, but not, like, it's perfect. It's so good. And then for our dear Prudence, we have Christine Baranski, who you know from many things. Most recently, I think The Gilded Age is what people will see her in, which is what that second picture is.
Oh, she always plays insufferable people.
She always plays insufferable, like, high sophistication.
And she's perfect.
Like, yes, it's perfect. Yes.
When I think of her, I think of the line from The Grinch where it's like, Betty, hi. That's
yes.
That's what comes to my mind.
All right, who wants to give their face casting next?
For Ephraim, I'm definitely picturing a young Jeremy Irons.
It's hilarious because that picture is pretty much exactly what I pictured when thinking of Ephraim.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to have to draw him with that hair and the stash.
What is that movie? What movie is that from?
I don't actually know. I just found that picture on Google.
And you're like, perfect.
I feel like I've seen screenshots of this movie before.
John Willoughby, I have not really thought enough about.
He hasn't really existed, so it's okay.
Yeah, he's only come up in one drunken letter that he wrote to Frederick.
Although
we've made plans. We've made plans.
Oh,
Get ready.
And he's actually the only connection that I play. So, yeah. I guess for Vlad, like, I don't play Vlad, but I always picture him. For some reason, when I think of Vlad, I think of Matt Berry. I don't really know why.
That's high praise.
No, that's excellent. It doesn't sound anything like him, but it's so funny.
Yeah, Matt Berry doesn't do a French accent.
No, Matt Berry does Matt Berry. I freaking love Matt Berry, though. He was excellent in the Fallout show, too.
Ooh, I need to watch that.
He has a lot of charisma.
He is nothing but charisma. He maxed out his charisma stat and nothing else.
Perfect for playing a bumbling dingus.
Yes. Watch the What We Do in the Shadows TV show.
Ooh,
yeah.
Need to watch that. Okay, Sam, you want to go?
Yeah, so it's kind of unorthodox, but I think for Niles, I'd probably have him played by Anna Kendrick. And for Vlad, they were in the Into the Woods. Anna Kendrick for Vlad. And I think,
but for father though.
Oh, Anna Kendrick.
Oh, of course, yes. Just tiny shrunken head.
No brainer.
No, in actuality, there was actually I know it's bad. I used the AI generator just to give me ideas of what I thought Niles would look like.
Yeah.
And there was one that I was like, oh, this is exactly it. And so I can't actually think of a face for Niles. If this were a movie, then that would be the one where it's like, okay, he's playing the straight man humor-wise, so there's a lot of different options.
Frankly, I could see him being portrayed by Jude Law also.
No, yeah, also Jude Law. I was going to say,
Jude Law.
the young Pope Jude Law. Like,
yeah.
Which also, if you haven't seen that show, incredible.
I've heard that is really good.
You would love it, Cam.
I mean, David Hyde Pierce from Frasier, maybe. Like, that's too on the nose, obviously.
And a little too old.
Yeah, definitely too old now.
Even in Frasier and Cheers, he's too old to be.
Miles is an old soul.
What if you're Colin Firth, like a young Colin Firth?
Yeah, any number of like British actors could honestly play Niles and it would work.
I can see a young Colin Firth.
Yeah, but then for Vlad, I
yeah.
think like again any handsome, funny actor, or even like a Will Ferrell, like just someone who's ridiculous to play Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
But Billy Magnuson's character from the Aladdin live action is like the perfect energy.
May I propose Neil Patrick Harris for Vlad?
May I propose? Actually, no, that's good.
Neil Patrick Harris is too slick to play.
No. Have you not seen? Oh crap! What was it? What
Series?
was the?
I've seen Series.
Yeah, Series of Fortunate Events. No,
he's still too slick. I need someone like a Will Ferrell, like someone who's just he's too good looking
Weird
for Vlad.
Al Yankovic.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Bring in the Yankovic.
Yes.
Enter the Yankovic.
In casting the rest of my Minions and Misfits roles, I realized that I always have Nick Kroll making an appearance at some point.
It's
so
true.
Nick Kroll
He
would
is
be Father
Father.
Phineas, yeah. Which means John Mulaney would have to be in there somewhere, and so
Oh,
I think
gosh.
Radigan would be played by John Mulaney.
Yeah, John Mulaney would be Radigan.
Yeah. He's got the build for it.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield could also be a good Niles.
Yeah, I thought about that
Oh
too.
yeah.
Legitimately, like any young British actor who's playing in any given BBC drama could play Niles.
Gosh, what's his name? Played Spider-Man recently. Just
Andrew
a sweet
Garfield?
boy. No,
Oh, Tom
more
Holland?
recently. Yes,
Tom
Tom Holland.
Holland.
And it was Tom something.
Tommy Boy.
So mine.
Yeah, the
From
rest
my-
of the world.
My
yeah.
limited selection of celebrity knowledge. For Georgiana, I think I would cast Kelly Marie Tran.
I would cast Georgiana from Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, well, I would cast Kelly Marie Tran.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. That's
Sam says I'm less into Georgiana.
No, she seems like a lovely person. That's not what I pictured at all, which is just interesting. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. Huh.
yeah.
Go figure.
Okay.
For Prudence,
yes,
as I was
please.
looking through, just scrolling through older female actresses, I actually stopped at Lisa Kudrow, who was in
Oh,
Friends.
interesting. I can see
And I was
this.
like,
Yeah.
I'd love to see her playing a villain,
No, she would rock
That would be so perfect.
Yeah.
bringing her comedic specialty to like a real jerk.
Can we just revive? Oh crap! I can't think of her name now. She's a lovely actress. She was in everything. Maggie Smith. Can we revive Maggie Smith?
Oh,
She's still alive.
Ooh.
She's not dead. Wait,
When was
what?
the last thing she was in?
Hold up.
Oh no!
Wait. Are we recording my finding out that Maggie Smith passed away?
No,
Wait,
she's
hold up.
still alive. She's still alive. You're good.
Oh, okay.
She's just like 90 years old, so it's only gonna last so long.
Actually, this person just passed away. She was a fantastic actor, massively underrated. Hayden Gwynn as
I don't
Agatha.
know this name.
Okay, her name is spelled Hadyn space.
Oh no, I
GY.
do know her. Okay, yes.
Oh my gosh, she was so fantastic and so talented, and she died from cancer recently.
Oof.
Hayden
She was
Gwynn.
young too, 66. Yeah.
Yeah, no, super talented actress. She's in The Royals on Netflix, and she was
I know her from Billy Elliot. Weirdly enough, but
Yeah, she was in that.
yeah.
And then one of the last things she did is she was in the Great British Bake Off musical, and you can hear her on the album, and she's great. She's so talented.
She was in The Crown.
Well, to bring
too.
it back in,
Sorry.
this is supposed to be the shorter opening segment.
Sorry.
Nope, we can't do those.
It just turned into a Hayden Gwynn tribute because she was so
Yeah.
talented. It was such a loss.
My last one
Oh boy.
is for Thelka.
Yes,
I
was
couldn't think
hoping
of
it was
anyone
gonna be them.
else's, and
do
because
it.
it just came to me. The others this one came to me. Though, like, I feel like I have a fairly clear picture of Thelka in my head because I've drawn her enough because she's been in other things that I have run. But I would cast Zendaya for Thelka
Okay.
because she's the tall, very like
Yeah, very slender.
very
yeah.
slender, and I think she would do the like. Very
I can see her
well.
doing that like little bit of like slightly awkward but charming.
Yes,
but, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it would be
Exactly.
interesting to see her playing a more awkward character.
Yeah, yeah.
She usually plays such self-assured
Very
characters.
self-confident.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like we saw a bit of that when she played Mary Jane.
Yeah, but even that, it was a self-assured in its own
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
And Thelka
Extremely
does have
self-assured,
that when
just
she's
less
pushed.
societally acceptable.
I think I'm gonna pivot just a little bit, and then we can continue.
Okay.
Because we've had John Mulaney, Nick Kroll on our cast for so long now, every season. I just want to put John Mulaney as Vengeance. You might as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
When do we get Bill Hader in, though?
To
That's
see
the question.
Zendaya and John Mulaney act together. That would be interesting.
I would love to see that. I would pay money to see that.
Yeah.
Bill Hader can play all of the background
Yeah,
characters.
Bill Hader is everyone else.
Bill
Hader is Krusty.
And Fred Armisen.
On that note, with some
No, Bill Hader and Fred Armisen are the other, like, are Krusty
They're the
and
leapfrogs.
like whatever.
with new faces to picture as you listen to this podcast, let's
Yeah,
dive
you're
in
welcome.
to chapter 6.
Roll the intro.
Dive on in.
Chapter 6, Cloud Cover. When we last left off, it was time for the rumor and scandal phase.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
Oh boy,
I
oh
bet
boy.
the rumors are flying after that party.
I know.
Oh, should
Yeah.
because I cashed in my 3 positive reputation tags, should I do that before or after the rumor and scandal phase?
Before.
I mean, we're not going to be adjusting your reputation at all.
Okay.
And if you want to leave them on there just to keep track of what you've had, you can just use the strike through in the doc. That's what I started doing when I was going through the rumors and scandals, because it's nice to remember. And we can go back and listen to episodes, but it's nice to have it handy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you could. Can you not like get those again after you cash them?
Ow. Or maybe we could do it again. I just like to not lose the record.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, we could even just give you 2 of the same word. We can do whatever we want.
I'm double generous.
Thank you, creators of Good Society, for making this game. I hope we are paying it
It's a good game.
tribute. It's so good.
It is a good game. It's a lovely game.
So, rumors and scandals. What's flying
Rumors and
around?
scandals.
Who's flying rare?
Oh yeah, and that's right. With this phase, we do it in an order, and then we reverse the order. Because remember, you have pretty much
we
2
do?
actions,
I remember nothing about this phase.
and you can use your 2 actions. You've got 2 actions.
I got 2
On
actions.
the first round, like, well, it might go Cam, Dylan, Sam, since that's kind of the order I see y'all in. Then it would go Sam, Dylan, Cam. You can do
So
one
no
of
matter
2
what,
things.
I'm always in the middle. Haha.
Yeah. You can do one of 2 things. You can create a new rumor, or you can spread one.
Oh, that's right.
If a rumor has not been spread by the end of the phase, it will get the fading status. If it had the fading status at the start of the phase and at the end, it just is gone. We don't care about it
Are
anymore.
we allowed to revive old scandals or
Yeah,
rumors?
if they're just currently still here and marked fading. If it's crossed out, it's gone.
Okay.
But you do want to consider maybe not making a new rumor so you can spread one. And remember, this is
Right,
us
that's what I'm thinking about.
figuring out what's going on in the larger society. Maybe your character is involved in the spreading, but maybe not.
This is just what people are talking about in Pearlsfield.
The what gloss.
So who's first, Sam or Cam?
You can also go first, Dylan, if you want to snag that.
I don't want to go first. I'm middle.
I could go first if y'all want to think a bit more, because I have some ready, and I can do as many as I want, because I'm the
Somebody's
facilitator.
prepared.
Only for
Do
this.
it.
My first rumor on the street is, and in the pews, is that Niles is letting his new position of head of the Worthington household interfere
shoot.
with his priestly duties.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, he's becoming worldly.
Yeah, he's been seen less. He's been seen less at the parish and more at the Worthington household.
Oh goodness.
So I'm dropping that in the rumor and scandal doc.
It's perfect.
When y'all ready to start this?
sound for a podcast. Just. All right, Sam, it's you now.
You can also spread, while the boys think, dear listener, let me tell you what we've got on our docket right now.
Yeah, currently still existing.
Currently still existing, Lady Worthington is a lush, which is, she drinks a little too much. That one was spread, but the token never spent.
I feel like it's going to start to go away after.
Yeah, I'm going to take away the spread thing. It's now just neutral.
Yeah.
Then we had Frederick.
I think especially after that party.
We have Frederick doesn't have as much money as he makes out, which was fading, so that's going to be gone if no one spreads that.
Thank God.
Ephraim is a secret prince from far away.
No, Sam.
Did we use that one? Did we use the token on that one?
Yeah.
I think
we did, yeah.
So I'm gonna
That's
mark
what
that
generated
strike.
the intrigue for his party.
Yeah, I'm gonna strike that one out. So we just have those 3 now. Lady Worthington is a lush. Frederick doesn't have as much money as he makes out, which is fading. And Niles is letting his new position
Don't you dare, Sam.
get in the way of his sacred duty.
Don't you do it, Sam.
I don't have many. I'm so sorry. I'm not a gossip.
If y'all are still thinking,
You can spread something then.
I have another one.
Oh, okay.
Do another one.
All right,
One
gang.
more.
New
Do another.
rumor. Frederick is a coward
Me?
who hired the adventurers to resolve a conflict with Mr. McPherson instead of handling it himself like a gentleman.
It's a good rumor because that seems very believable.
Spreading
is
it.
that a rumor?
Are we sure that's a rumor?
Spreading it.
Are we sure?
To be clear, this is us as players spreading these, not us as players spreading these.
This is not your characters spreading them. They may be
Okay.
involved in it, but yeah, this is us just deciding what's going on in the larger society.
In that case,
And as we do, we can discuss how that's happening. But yeah, Sam, as your first action, are you going to spread that rumor?
oh, he just clicked it,
Nice.
I'll do it.
It is now a
and I clicked the one right above it.
My only protestation is this. I don't know if
Protestation, you say?
I have a protestation. I don't know if Pearlsfield is a super religious town, so I'm
They
trying
don't have
think
to
of
be
They don't have
religious
to be. People start
spread rumors.
caring when there's
Yeah.
some hot goss.
Yeah.
You don't have to be religious to
Oh, for sure.
care about all the religious scandals.
Think about a small town you've lived in, and no one goes to church, but the second something happens with the pastor, everyone's talking about it.
That's fair.
Since that spread, I think we definitely see on the next first day there's a lot more people. Not just in the chapel on first day, but in between, when you're there, your regular, hours there's a lot more people, and you get a lot more, side eyes.
I almost think it'd be funnier if I think there's a funny aspect to what if he's not shirking and everyone's just showing up. He's like, man, I must be preaching really great.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that's why it's a rumor, my friend.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have to be true to be a rumor.
No, that's why it's a rumor.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But that's great that now it's just like, oh, cool.
You're unfamiliar with lying, I know, Sam.
I know. I don't lie at all, ever.
Our sweet boy. Shifty eyes. But that's a really fun image of Niles on that first day being like, so many people care. Maybe that like my preaching.
They're
and they're
showing
all
up.
in the pews being like,
They're
Every
all
time he-
snickering at my jokes.
For some reason, every time I walk by a candle, they all shudder, but they recoil back. But
Everyone flinches every time.
so if that's my
Alright,
action,
Cam.
I don't spread a rumor. That's my action, right?
Your rumor was to spread it.
All right, sweet.
and then we went around the circle and Dylan spread another one and now it's Cam's
Yep.
turn.
I spread the Niles rumor, by the way.
Oh, okay.
For those of you who can't see the sheet, which is all of
I
you.
want to create a new rumor, but I don't know what about.
It can be about the world in general. It can be about a connection. It can be about your own character or connections.
Yeah, I'm going to create one for Ephraim, actually, I think, for my other action, given that whole party situation.
In that case, I'm going to spread the Lady Worthington is a lush rumor.
That's a scandal again. Ooh. Ooh. So now that means we're back to Dylan, who has a rumor to create. You got one?
I'm working on it, yeah.
Gotta type it up first.
Is that the right word? Coterie? Coterie? What is that?
Coterie. It's like hangers on, a group of hangers on.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I did it right. Good. Yay,
Good
yay,
fancy
English.
words.
Okay. Ephraim has a strange coterie.
That feels like such a very sweet way to put this rumor.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. Ephraim
Not that his vampire roommate assaulted several
is
people.
surrounded by shady characters.
I feel like we gotta add something to this to spice it up even more, because it's already a reputation tag that he keeps bad company.
It's true.
So what's something even
Surrounded by
spicier?
shady characters, some of which are criminals.
What if he's a prince of thieves?
A prince of thieves.
What if he's the dove?
Oh, I like that a lot, actually. Let's do that. Ephraim is the dove. Capital D.
Everyone starts watching his color coordination.
Like, does he ever wear
Is he
white?
wearing white with gold?
Is he ever specifically not wearing white?
That's a sign.
My,
He's avoiding
I-
the colors.
Does he make a whistling sound when he flies?
All right, Sam, what you doing?
So the rumor that I spread is sorry, the rumor that I spread is that
Started.
Vlad, or that I started, whatever. It's not whatever. That's I
That's
started.
mechanics, Sam.
I know.
Or whatever.
Vlad, what is a rich playboy from the land of Fakelandia? I think that it's something that he had Pierre spread.
Trying to improve his reputation.
I used to tell people that I'm a very rich person who loves the ladies.
Who
It's
spread
become a bad
the
thing.
F from Dove?
I have. I am going to use my facilitator.
How many
powers.
actions do you have?
As facilitator can do what they want, but I'm going to limit myself a little bit. I've done 3 things.
Well, I've used both my actions. I'm good.
That's everybody's actions. That's the rumor and scandal phase.
I've only taken one.
Yeah,
I
he
need
has
to
one
take a
more.
Oh my
second
gosh,
one.
we were supposed to take a second right then. My apologies.
I'm going to start a rumor that Joffrey.
Oh.
What is his last name? Joffrey
Schmezos.
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 Yeah.
From Schmezoshire.
Yes. What would he be buying out in Pearl's Field?
Ooh.
Maybe he's trying to buy the plot of land where the old wizard tower is, which is like protected by the monarchy.
I like
Maybe he's
that
trying to buy
idea.
that.
I like this.
What if he wants to buy the mine?
It's like a historic monument.
That reminds me, I forgot about my other rumor I was going to spread.
So many actions from the facilitator. Oh.
Another rumor going around is that the wizard tower dungeon is full of enough treasure that you could just buy the monarchy.
Well, that's not a rumor. That's just true.
That's what people are talking about.
Little do they know that the real treasure is the friendship they found along the way.
That's the bonus treasure.
And the friendship is money. Money in that
money,
dungeon.
money must be funny. Thank you.
Happy to help.
All right, well, that's that face.
Money!
Wow. There he is.
There's a lot of songs about money.
It's a gas.
I want to spread some more of these rumors. But I also don't
do
want to
it.
go crazy with power.
I mean, we already have 4 spread.
Have you ever tried going mad without power?
There are
Go mad
4
without power.
spread.
These can just sit around
Yeah.
and just not be scandals. They're just still in the first stages.
They're just rumors.
We'll leave it at this. I won't go
Yeah,
mad with
let's-
power yet.
We gotta save some for next rumor and scandal phase.
Exactly. But that means Frederick doesn't have as much money as Gonzo.
Yay, I
Outta
have
here.
money. Everyone
And
knows
then
I
we're
have
gonna
money.
watch. Oh wait, didn't someone mark Niles is letting his new position?
Yeah,
as
it's
a
spread.
spread?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, it's no longer.
it is
oh,
spread.
I'm just looking at the wrong thing. I just can't.
Your depth
see
perception is bad.
lines. Yeah. Let's mark these 3 as fading. So our current scandals around town are that Lady Worthington is a lush. I'm going to change it slightly to... Since it's been sitting here as a scandal for
It's
so long, I'm going to
evolved.
make it worse.
Yeah.
How do we feel?
Yeah, it's evolved. Mm-hmm. Well,
That,
especially after the
she-
party. Like, there was some clear drama going on in the Worthington household.
I'm going to say that the rumor has evolved to that she is a drunk. Not just the kind of cute word lush, but she is a drunk. And she was removed from her position as head of the household because she's been spending the fortune on liquor.
Snap.
I don't like, but I like. Maybe that'll take some of the heat off me. Take that, Mom.
So that's one scandal. Another is that Niles is letting his new position get in the way of his priestly duties. Frederick is a coward.
Ah.
Ephraim is the dub. And then the less big rumors going around are that Vlad is a rich playboy from the land of Fakelandia. Joffrey Schmezos is buying the wizard's tower.
Joffrey
Money in that dungeon.
Money in that dungeon.
Money in that dungeon.
Joffrey Schmezos.
He's using the Anna Kendrick banana money.
And he was already so wealthy. It's just pocket change for him.
Oh.
I don't have a face cast for Joffrey Schmezos, because how am I supposed to cast the perfect man?
Jeffrey Bezos.
He's Giga Chad.
He's Giga Chad.
Those bananas are just peanuts to him.
Wow.
Incredible, incredible. All right. It's time for the epistolary phase.
I'm ready.
It's time for letters. Oh, wonderful. To remind our listeners, this means each player gets the chance to write and send 2 letters from their main characters or connections. And letters can also be requested using a resolve token.
Resolve.
All right, Dylan.
Yes,
tell us
yes.
who's this letter from? Who's it going to?
Well,
How's that happening?
Wouldn't you know, it's a letter from Agatha again. Except this time, it's not to her sister Prudence. It's to our lovely host from the last session, Ephraim.
Sir, not sir. Mr.
Not sir.
Ephraim.
No. Lord,
He's
perhaps.
not knighted yet.
But, yeah. It reads, let me get her voice back, let me channel, hang on. Dearest Ephraim, pray do not think me impertinent for writing so soon after a recent assembly, but I cannot contain my sentiments but a moment longer. Your soiree was, without a doubt, the most delightful of calamities I've ever had the pleasure to attend, and I must extend to you my sincere congratulations on achieving such a singular entertaining evening. The succession of mishaps that followed, particularly the alarming confusion of the guest list, resulting in the inclusion of several most peculiar individuals, myself included. Although I must admit, the crowning jewel of the evening undoubtedly was the spectacular hubbub between my dear nephew and your peculiar yet intriguing foreign friend. Ephraim, your composure amidst the chaos was exemplary. It was a rare gift indeed to turn disaster into delight, and you wielded this gift with a deftness that is truly admirable. I must tell you, though I cannot speak for all present, that for myself at least, the evening was a triumph of the most extraordinary kind. I earnestly hope that this experience has not dissuaded you from hosting future engagements. On the contrary, I find myself eagerly anticipating your next endeavor with a degree of impatience I can scarcely dare admit. Pray do not deprive your friends of this amusement that only your gatherings can provide. I implore you to extend an invitation when you next decide to play host. Rest assured, I'll be the first to accept. Your affectionate friend, Agatha.
I imagine Ephraim is reading this letter in one hand, and with the other hand he's pouring himself a glass of water from the pitcher that now has a huge dent in the bottom of it from where he hit Vlad with it.
Amazing. I love Auntie Agatha.
She's one of my favorites.
So much.
I detest her. I'm so sorry, but she's
Exactly. That's why she's the best.
She is me.
I
Watching the story unfold.
While I'm on the roll, me, Frederick, would like to spend a resolve token to force my dear brother to write a letter to Georgiana following the events.
You don't gotta. I was already gonna do it. You don't gotta spend one.
Are you sure? Because
Oh yeah,
I have a lot.
Yeah, I'll take one. I need one.
Yeah, take one. You don't have a lot.
Yeah, can you put one on my thing?
Aw,
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Oh,
brothers.
Brothers.
it's to Georgiana from Gorfit.
Wait, wait.
From Keith.
That wasn't part of the deal.
I'm altering, but I did not alter it first.
Hey, babe.
From Keith, send money.
From Quentin. Hello there. Do you patty walkers want to go rapping in the woods? No. Okay. Sorry.
How did I end up here?
I just flew around, and all of a sudden,
It just says you up.
The May stream leads to many strange woods.
All right. Oh, okay. So, Georgiana, I profusely apologize for the incidents last evening. Although, if you could spare me some of your time, I would be more than happy to explain. And I feel like they have the relationship where he keeps it very simple, but he includes a inside joke at the very end that only she gets. What is it?
Make one up.
Oh, no.
How, like, what is he going to joke about in this situation? Something about things getting better? Like, what is he trying to do?
It's like, hey,
Encourage her?
I think it's more like, when you have the friends, it's like, remember that one time in Worcester? Like, it's kind of like just one of those stupid things where it's like, hey, remember this inside joke we have?
But what joke would he want? What kind of joke would he reference right now after this situation where she was made a bit of a fool?
yeah, she was having a real bad time after all that.
Yeah.
I know what you'd say. Did they go to high school together? How long?
No,
high
they
school.
met in the city. I think how they met is probably while Niles was going for some like priest convention or continuing education. He was invited to dinner, And Georgiana was there, and they just struck up a conversation and continued to meet up and chat in the city while he was still there for the conference or the course, whatever it was.
Then he would probably end it with, like, if it makes you feel any better, you couldn't have looked any worse than I did that one time at the priest convention.
Oh, gosh.
I like this. I think I want to try to flesh this joke out a little bit more. Maybe the first night they met, it was at a big dinner being held by maybe like a bishop of sorts, and Niles tried to dress up, and he wore way too long of stockings and way too short of shorts trying to be fancy.
He's a man of very simple tastes, like, and he just can't dress himself for like he has one outfit, and he does that one outfit very well, and if it's outside that one outfit, good luck. And I feel like she saw, like, oh, this poor idiot.
This boy needs help. Yeah. I think you dressed up that way because Brother Bro from the town over was like, oh, I got you, man. Like, you're going to look so good in this fit. And then you looked horrible. And that's why Georgiana came over to talk to you.
He was wearing, like, Ed Hardy t-shirt and like really long cargo shorts.
And it looked great on Brother Bro, who's a Minotaur. Previously established. But it did not fit our boy Niles. And so Georgiana came over, struck up a conversation, eventually managed to get around to, what's up with your outfit? And it turned into a great situation because she got you your one other outfit, which looks great on you. And that's how y'all started your friendship.
Yeah. Wow.
So
has she ever been...
Your letter ends with...
Is this her first time in Pearlsfield then? Or okay.
Yeah, y'all got to know each other in the capital.
Okay. He would probably say leave a rendezvous point, like saying, hey, if you want to talk, I'll be here. And I guess it's not really an inside place where they would have, like, hung out when they were younger or whatever.
But they've talked in Pearlsfield. And there's also the burial ground.
Meet me in the graveyard. No.
The graveyard.
He'll say, I'm always available for another morning walk. That's probably just what he'd say. Oh. And then just signs it Niles.
Nice. I like this.
Yeah, this is good.
This.
And I feel like the way he delivers it, he's kind of just, it's in a very simple, like envelope. And he's able to just walk into the manor. And he kind of just, like, puts it on the ground and slides it under Georgiana's door.
Aw, cute. Cam, you have one to send?
Well, I was going to have Ephraim send a letter to Georgiana.
How dare you?
Actually, feel like it would be really funny if Niles, like, slid the letter under Georgiana's door, and then he and Ephraim, like, walked past each other in the hallway as Ephraim was going to deliver his letter.
Amazing.
Ephraim's letter to Georgiana reads, Dear Georgiana, I must once again offer my deepest apologies for the incident involving Vlad. And, like, even reading the word Vlad, you can sort of see the stank that he put on it.
There's a visual stank.
Right. There's, like, a slight splatter of ink.
It's, like, written harder into the paper.
Yeah. It's Vlad.
Vlad and only Vlad only is written in Comic Sans.
At my home the other night. If you would like to meet in person to speak about it, I would be more than happy to host you again. Of course, finding any excuse I may to send Vlad out for the evening. Sorry, I'm doing this off the dome.
Yeah, I was to say I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared enough to write those, unless I do them ahead of time.
You can also just say, like, this is what the rest of the letter contains, and, like, hop back and forth between dictating and just, like,
yeah. Basically, he's just like he's apologizing, sort of non-specifically. He doesn't really mention, like, the soaking her with water or anything like that. I guess he did mention the incident with Vlad.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of subtext because it's Ephraim, and there's always subtext with Ephraim.
So and, a lot of vague.
Yeah, and then at the end there's a postscript, and it's a P.S. Please keep the dress; it suits you.
Torn between three lovers.
Ooh, I already have some scenes that I want to see. Should we do some scenes now before we do any more letters?
Yes, please.
I don't have any more letters yet, so we're good.
Yeah, I don't have any more letters either.
All right. First, do one of y'all have a scene you want to see, or like a response you want to send to a letter received? Ephraim, I think, is the only.
I think Ephraim's just going to straight up
main
ignore
character.
Agatha's.
What's Ephraim gonna do with that letter? Yeah.
I feel like Ephraim would write back to Agatha
No, really?
with some of the like juicy gossip that he collected about her sister. And like that's how our Lady Worthington scandal advances.
I like that.
Is him providing more juice.
Nice. Just like juice, like alcohol.
You're
Nice.
fired.
Okay. Drink responsibly, folks.
Yeah, do that for sure. Don't become a lush.
I have this mental image after both Niles and Ephraim have slid their letters under the door and like awkwardly walk away, that we see inside her room, and at her desk we see a pile of papers of like barely started letters. We see Dear Frederick, Dear Freddy, Frederick.
My dearest Frederick.
We have some dears and dearests, and then and Freddy, and then it gets to a lot of Fredericks.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one, hey, bro.
Hey.
To whom it
And-
may concern.
There's one of those. But we just see that the quill has been left, not even in the inkwell, and she is not there.
Bum, bum, bum.
Our next scene, Ephraim. Mm-hmm. You are a busy wheelin' and dealin' gentleman.
Yep.
What is one of your normal routes during the week? To and fro. Think about that.
One of Ephraim's normal routes would probably take him by the general store, the store that's owned by the Bashmores. So he would be maintaining regular correspondence, I feel like, with such a business-oriented, higher up family. He probably goes by there. Obviously, he goes by the Worthington estate. I imagine he probably goes by one of the nicer places to, like like a cottage where you might get tea or something like that. Some sort of place where he would eat a morning meal.
It's a rainy day. Mm-hmm. A threes day, we'll say.
I forgot that's how we marked our days.
First day, Tuesday, Thursday, Fourthday, Fivesday. It's a threes day, and you have just finished up your business at the Bashmores with a fresh letter from the general store that was left there for you, that you are on your way home to read in private. The streets are empty with the rain and the oncoming spring storm. When you turn a corner to approach your house, and you see standing there at the front door with an umbrella is Georgiana. In one hand is the dress, and in the other hand, clenched in her fist, is your letter.
Oh.
Wow. Ephraim says that out loud, as he turns the corner and sees her kind of a block or so away. He's like,
Uh-oh.
When you roll a 1 on charisma,
She turns and makes eye contact with you.
I imagine she's seething.
Do you approach, or do
Yeah.
you stand and stare?
I can't not go in my house.
just runs away,
He's-
just darts down the road.
He tucks the letter into his breast pocket and approaches Georgiana.
Is Vlad home at the moment? Is anyone home? We need to talk.
Just Radigan. I can send him out on an errand.
Just Radigan.
We can speak in the garden. She goes down the steps and goes ahead and lets herself into the garden.
As she like says all this, not giving him a chance to say anything, and walks away, he's just like, "As you wish," and follows her into the garden.
A very foreboding rumble of thunder passes over Pearl's field as you follow her into the damp garden.
As a point of detail, just to add a little bit of just a hint of silliness to Ephraim's character, I feel like he would have an especially colorful umbrella.
Does he dress in mostly more dark and neutral tones, but he's got this very bright umbrella?
We all know he dresses in white and gold.
He's a pretty morose person, except he occasionally likes a pop of color, and in this case,
he's got a little bit of whimsy.
Can the umbrella say like, "There's always sun under the clouds" or "over the clouds" or something like some really cheesy saying? It's like, "Keep smiling, dude," or it's like, I don't know, something.
Keep calm and
to
carry
Dylan's
on.
point, can it be white and gold?
Yeah, I would say that it's white with like a gold filigree kind of pattern on it.
Yes. I like to imagine the handle is a lovely wood, but it's got like a carved in filigree with some gold leaf in there.
Yeah, it's got like a mother of pearl inlay in the handle.
Perfect.
I like that.
So he follows her.
Yeah, he follows her into the garden.
She turns abruptly and shoves the letter into Ephraim's chest. Scrunched. She was holding it and holding the handle of the umbrella.
Yeah, he takes the letter. I guess he takes it and holds it by his side. Well, has the letter been opened? Can you tell if the letter has been
opened?
Okay. I didn't think you were going to come.
I didn't think you would do something so foolish.
Got me there.
Well, every man deserves a chance to be a fool every once in a while.
By putting my reputation, everything I've worked for at risk. Everything we've worked for.
Now, I wouldn't say I've gone as far as doing that.
What was that painting?
The painting? Oh, yes. Well...
Why would you put them there?
As a reminder of what I'm working for.
A reminder? Please.
Perhaps it's a reminder of what I never had.
What is this, Ephraim? What are we doing? You know what? I appreciate your help. But maybe a bit less of it. And she holds out the dress.
Georgiana, I insist that you keep the dress. I owe you at least that much.
Tears start running down her face. And she runs off. Still holding the dress.
Ephraim doesn't realize that during the conversation he's lowered his umbrella. And so water is just like, running down off of his hair and everything. His shoulders are like the shoulders of his, I don't know, cloak, coat, whatever, are soaked. He folds up his umbrella and just like kind of weighs it for a second and just chucks it out over the fence like a spear. And then just carries on up the steps. And then we pan down as he walks away. We pan down and we see the letter, the one that he wrote to Georgiana, is just laying in a puddle in the garden. The ink is just running out.
Who wants to write another letter?
I'd like to request a letter from my mother.
To you?
Yeah.
Is it about anything in specific or just a letter?
There are two things. Like he writes to her very quickly, just like asking a question. Like, is there any more discretionary funds that I can access right now? And are you okay with the Nile situation?
Those are the things you want her to send you a letter about. Okay. Go ahead and spend that resolve token.
Yep.
Just one. So the Nile situation, and can I have an allowance?
Yeah, basically.
Mummy.
Mumsy.
I asked Niles and he said no.
It's his favorite word.
Let's see. How's this gonna look? You get a letter from Mumsy.
His sermon this week was about the virtues of negativity.
She she's aware that you are fond of your brother, so the way she phrases things is, to other people, it would probably feel a bit saccharine. They'd probably see that it was put on, but you just love Mumsy, and she's so sweet to you. Where she talks with concern about the state of Niles's soul. And I'm going to spend a resolve token from the rumor to make this really stick. That she loves Niles dearly, but she knows that Niles just doesn't listen to her. Never has, no matter what she's tried. She's always shown her affection to Niles as best she could and tried to lead him in the right direction. But he listens to you, his sweet older brother, and right now his priorities are not in the right place. He is too distracted by money.
Oh no.
And if we could get him to refocus on his priestly duties, or even, no, on his duty to the family, by helping plan your wedding, we could have better access to the pocketbook for his sake and the sake of his soul.
Now this
You
I
need
like.
to get him involved in wedding planning
Of course, Mumsy.
and all his priestly duties.
We can do that.
And she, as you are leaving the breakfast table to go about your own separate businesses, she just puts it in your hand and gives it a pat and gives you a kiss on the top of the head. That's the letter you get.
Prudence is low-key the most evil character in this season.
She's more evil than the Rot.
And the Rot's just evil.
Yeah, like that is the one main characteristic of the Rot.
I think I'm going to spend a monologue token on our dear friend Freddy,
Oh snap!
because we haven't really heard from Freddy so far
That's been
in
deliberate.
this episode.
Frederick's trying to keep attention off himself right now. Yeah. Okay. So is my inner thoughts right at the moment?
Do you have a specific moment or just like post?
Yeah.
all of the
When do you want
shenanigans?
this to be?
Yeah.
Is this post?
Yeah, post receiving that letter
Okay,
from
okay.
From
Ooh,
Mummy.
yeah.
From Mumsy. Okay.
Set the scene. Where's he at?
I feel like yeah. Let's see. Oh, you spent the token. Yeah. You set the scene.
Okay. He already dropped off his letter to Georgiana. Has not heard back from her. It's been a day or two. He's just gotten the letter from Prudence. He's at the estate, or perhaps at like, you know how in like old school detective movies or something, like somebody's office will just be the payphone at the bar. Like I feel like Freddy's office is just the inn or the pub, whatever you want to, whatever you call
he
it.
is the like social butterfly,
Yeah.
the goat's head.
Yeah, he's at the Goat's Head. He's just finished reading his letter from Prudence.
Okay. Well, this is awful complicated. Every time I try and make any move, I'm always stymied by, well, usually lack of funds right now, but usually I could always rely on, you know, Niles or Georgiana or even Ephraim at this point, but even they seem a little more antagonistic at this point than they usually have been. Guess I'll just have to figure it out on my own. But I'm competent. I can handle things, right? I'm capable of doing this on my own. I don't need another's help, right? Surely, I can handle that. With I don't know how to talk to Niles about this. Honestly, it might be easier if Georgiana kind of helps talk with him about this, since they seem to have a nice close friendship as well. I don't know if he'd be as willing, given I don't know the events of, I guess it wasn't last night, but the recent events at the party. I got to clean up that mess too with Georgiana, but I don't even know how to talk to her right now. Haven't heard anything since the party, but here we are. Always make such a mess of things, Frederick, but you find a way out. Guess it's time to go sort things out on your own this time.
I like that. I like that.
Nice.
Good use of a monologue token.
Let me go ahead and spend that.
All right, I think we're about at time. Is there any more letters before we wrap up this chapter.
We need to reveal what Ephraim's letter from the Bashmore says.
Yes, introducing the new... Thank you. Let's see. I know you just... let's see. Because you had...
We'll name him...
all the good stuff.
We'll name him Lord Hiram.
We're gonna go with Sir. This person is knighted. This is not the head of the Bashmore household. This is
Sir Hiram
a knighted individual.
Bashmore. Is that how you spell Hiram?
That's an old Mormon name, so let me see.
However, it's a fantasy world.
Yes, that's
Where is this? Where is... I don't see it. I just see a new connection for Ephraim and your name highlighted.
It should change in a second. Oh, I haven't clicked off of it.
Yeah. It could be an A or a U, depending on how you want it to be.
What was the reputation status thing exactly? Like, what was the phrasing of, like, why you're getting this new connection?
Let me go back to...
I should have looked into this, but it's been a crazy week, you guys.
Family
Couple of weeks.
No, it's under character role sheets. A famous, wealthy, or aristocratic connection you made abroad arrives in town. Create them as a connection. While this condition is active, you remain their favorite.
Ooh.
That could be interesting.
You get this letter to our dear Mr. Ephraim. The Bashmores are ever grateful for your assistance in the matter, blah, 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 like referring to whenever you did them a favor, helped them out, and they have heard that you are in Pearlsfield, and just so happens that a distinguished member of the family, Sir Hiram, will be on their way to Pearlsfield for the season in order to start to further business connections in the town and take advantage of the ever flourishing and growing fortunes of the town. And they would be most happy if you would meet and welcome Sir Hiram when they arrive in the town. And I imagine that they have already gotten your address. They say that Sir Hiram will be arriving there by the Tuesday of the next week, and the final scene we see in this chapter is Ephraim and his manservants, or rat servants, as it were, waiting as a large carriage pulls up, pulled by these gorgeous Frisian horses, these muscular, pure black with these beautiful braided black manes, pulling this large carriage trot up, and the door opens, and out steps this mountain of a woman orc. And Sir Hiram is a woman, with this huge greatsword on her back, the size of a young tree, and on her nose, a small, dainty pair of spectacles. Gray in her braided black hair, a very like Norse kind of braids, and tucked under her arm is a long book. She gives a tusked smile to Mr. Ephraim and says, Mr. Ephraim, I presume. I am Sir Hiram of the Bashmores. I look forward to doing business with you. And see. All right, so the next
isn't it a man's
day,
name?
after that conversation with Ephraim,
Oh.
it's still cloudy, it's still overcast. There is just the occasional sprinkling of rain. I don't know if my mic's picking up the rain that's happening right now in real time. As you're taking a morning walk towards the graveyard, you are joined by Georgiana.
Dang it, I gotta wait a month before doing another scene as Niles.
Actually, I'm going to change that. You are heading to the chapel and you see her sitting in the graveyard.
He's gonna like just kind of look around and kind of just stroll over and just kind of like lean over the fence and just say, good morning.
Good morning, Niles. Would you sit with me?
Of course. And he kind of takes his hat off. Can I imagine he walks with a hat and a cane? I know it's not, it's Regency, so that's just in my mind. He just has the hat and the cane, like, yeah, of course. But no, he sits down kind of on the other end of the bench. I'm sorry again about the other night. I could explain, but I think it's just faster to say that it was all my fault.
Can I ask you a question, Niles?
Of course.
Why did you decide to become a priest? You had so much wealth at your disposal and you chose the cloth. Why is that? You had everything you could ever want, a large home, and sure it would go to your brother, but he's so generous he would have set you up with whatever you like.
You know, I heard that question once before, but in a very different tone from Mother. But I'll answer you a little bit differently. I don't know, just all the wealth and money just seemed a bit much. I mean, it's good and it's a blessing, but we weren't helping anybody with it. And I grew up and it was all about who could do what better, who bought the bigger horse, who could fence better, who could cast the better spell, and it got old pretty quickly. But I wasn't happy. I had a lot, but I wasn't happy. And so, I don't know, I looked for people who were happy. And most of the people around here who I saw were happy were the people who came to the chapel. And that kind of piqued my interest, I suppose. But then, as I got involved as a youngster, I realized I could be happy, but I wouldn't be happy if I kept spending what I had on myself. I could spend my money, but even more importantly, my time on others, and in that, I could feel happy. I suppose it's a bit selfish, actually. Selflessness as a way of being selfish. I don't know. But long story short, I suppose I just like helping people. Helping people feels better than helping myself. Simple, but I think true.
Well, Brother Niles, I think the word selfish is not one I would be quick to use with you. Thank you. I feel like...
And I think
Please.
And as she gets up to... Oh, is she saying something or is she getting up to go?
She was about to say some more.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Growing up, I suppose she kind of like fiddles with the ends of her embroidered shawl. I have a lot to think about. A lot of good things to think about. And Niles, if there's ever a way that I can help you, please just let me know.
He kind of takes a deep sigh. You should probably go talk to Freddy.
You see her close off a little bit, as visibly her open emotive expression goes neutral. And she goes from leaning towards you to sitting up straight and looking back across the graveyard.
My brother is an idiot, but a sweet, well-meaning, drinking too much, loving idiot. And I'm sure whatever mess he's got himself into this time is the first of many, but he deserves a fair shot. And he kind of just stands up. Good morning. And he kind of walks back towards the chapel.
She stays seated there.
Hey everybody, Cam here. Thanks for listening to Minions and Misfits. If you like what you heard, don't forget to check out our socials. The links are down in the description. And please, leave us a review on whatever app you use to listen to your podcast. It'll help us reach more people who can enjoy the episode that you just listened to. See you next time.